The decision has been made. LeBron James shocks everybody by picking the Philadelphia 76ers as the team that he is going to play for this upcoming season. I'm going to be breaking down and discussing what the playoff picture could look like. Will they win the Eastern Conference? Can they win the finals this upcoming year? We're going to take a look at the odds and discuss everything that you need to know. Make sure to hit the like button on this video, subscribe so you don't miss out on future content, and comment below, do you think that LeBron can win a championship this upcoming year? It was really shocking that he picked the 76ers. It felt so plausible that he was going to end up with the Cavs. It made so much sense that he would return home one more time with a team that was effectively prepared to take him on, that got to the Eastern Conference Finals, was just missing that veteran leadership that it needed. You swap LeBron in for James Harden, who didn't do anything. That team beats the Knicks potentially, and if the Knicks were able to beat the Spurs, who knows what could have happened. It made so much sense for him to go back to Cleveland. And if he didn't go to Cleveland, the whole ordeal with the social media team, with the Heat, with the published video link, it seemed like it was a perfect case for him to go to Miami. Who knows if maybe theoretically that mishap factored into him abruptly changing his decision at the last moment. We may never know. Him going to Philly was, I think, the least of everybody's expectations. I felt like, and based on how the odds were shaping up for a long period of time, that if he didn't pick either of those two former teams, he would have gone and played with the Warriors just to finish out his career with his buddies, guys that he has relationships with. Instead, he's going to a team that a lot of people don't know what the chemistry is going to be like. And if this team can cohesively gel together and play together. It's got a lot of stars. It's got a lot of talent. Tyrese Maxey, Jaylen Brown, Joel Embiid, and also VJ Edgecombe, who's up and coming and really, really gifted. All those dudes on paper are really good, but is the way that Jaylen Brown has been more freely speaking, is that going to work with LeBron, who LeBron gets bothered very, very easily by the littlest things? It's part of the reason why he left the Lakers. Is Joel Embiid going to be healthy enough for them to go on a playoff run? Is he even going to be around during the playoffs? Does his body keep up? I don't know what this team is going to look like, but in terms of the roster, they have the best roster without a doubt, and the best experience needed with two finals MVPs to win the Eastern Conference. Right now, they have the second best odds at plus 390 to win the Eastern Conference. The Knicks are the best at plus 330, Celtics plus 500, and then Raptors at plus 750 over the Pistons is kind of unexpected. I wasn't expecting to see that. I think that the 76ers are probably going to rise and end up having the best odds to win the Eastern Conference. At a certain point, enough people are probably going to bet that up. While this Knicks team didn't really lose anything, and while they're probably going to be really, really competitive and probably match a lot of that same energy that they had a year ago because they got winning a championship out of their system, it's justified for believing and buying into Philadelphia winning the East. It was a big reason why it made a lot of sense for LeBron to go to the East, because trying to battle out West was just too difficult for him to do. The teams in the West, outside of the top two teams, there were a lot of really gifted rosters that were just a lot better than what the Lakers had. And even if the Lakers were able to put something together, it was going to be such a challenge and such a battle to get through all of it to then hopefully reach the finals. Who knows what state your team would be after dealing with so many tough squads. Instead, the East, it's a lot more favorable. There's really only a case for one other team that I think legitimately challenges Philadelphia, because the Celtics regressed. We have to be straight with ourselves. And maybe the Pistons are the other team that I feel could challenge the Philadelphia in this circumstance. Maybe the Heat, but the Heat lack a ton of depth. The starting five for Philadelphia is undoubtedly the best in the East. And if I'm a betting man, which I am, I'm putting money down on Philadelphia right now to win the Eastern Conference. But just because they win the Eastern Conference does not necessarily mean that they're capable of winning the finals. Right now, they have the fourth best odds to win the finals at plus 1,000. Thunder at plus 260, Spurs at plus 270, Knicks are ahead of them at plus 900. Understandably, the notion that whoever wins the West wins the finals last year was proven false. But just because that assertion did not apply to last year, it doesn't mean that it won't apply to this upcoming season. I am reinforcing that belief that either OKC or San Antonio will win a championship this upcoming year. The way that those two rosters are constructed, with the depth that they have and the star power that they have up front, I think that either of those teams are going to capably beat Philly in the finals if Philadelphia were to get there. I don't feel as threatened by Philadelphia going up against a team. Specifically, let's look at the Spurs. Devin Harper, if De'Aaron Fox can freaking lock in, Stephon Castle, and Wemby, all these guys that are not even close to their peak and are getting better. I feel as though that there's just too much that can crack the foundation and go wrong with Philadelphia that could derail them capably winning in a finals setting. LeBron is also not the same guy that he once was. He's still capable of putting up 20 points. He's still able to be a really good, high effort player and a leader. But I don't think that same version of LeBron is there to activate this squad in order to be able to beat a team like OKC or to beat a team like San Antonio. I'm sticking behind it. While there have been a lot of moves made by the Spurs and the Thunder this offseason to reshape the roster to prepare for their own run, it looks very, a bit different than last year. I think that those Western teams are just on a completely different level. What hurt the Spurs was the youth that they had. They have now gotten to a finals. They have now lost. They have been battle-tested. I'm taking a battle-tested Spurs team over a team in Philly that is going to be just getting acclimated to one another. It is going to be a really tough challenge for them to figure out how to operate with one another and to build that chemistry. It's been a tale as old as time that when you put together these new squads, as exciting as they look on paper, it doesn't always immediately translate to success. Maybe in LeBron's last year, at the end of this 2-year contract, is the time when they can actually win a championship. Maybe they make one other move, whatever it is, to set them up to win one more ring for LeBron. But I don't feel confident for this upcoming year putting money into Philly to win a ring, knowing what is staring them down out in the West. Comment below if you agree or disagree with me. Hit the like button on this video and subscribe. I'll talk to you later.